Welcome to the indoor farm. This is where the action is. The 20 chicks that have been hatching have been slowly getting to know the adults that have been living in this cage for up to a couple of years now. And some of the adults had managed to get their way into where the chicks are. The chicks are about 3 weeks old. But if you've been watching, then you've seen the slow, well, actually not slow, it's 3 weeks, and you see them. They've got good wings and feathers. All 20 look healthy. Some are a little bit smaller, maybe. It's a little harder to tell now. But those born like a day or two later than the others sometimes end up just a day or two behind in growth. And that growth is quite exponential. Now you see eggs in here, but that's from the adults that have come in here. Looking for the rooster. I think he's right there. I don't see anything bad happening or the rooster attacking any of the hens or anything. And I want to be able to continue taking care of them. They need fed. Not ready to introduce them fully to the whole area yet. I've just got this hardware cloth jerry rigged here in the meantime, and I had what I thought was a secure, closed area here, but managed to get penetrated, and I got to come in and put in some good hemp from Dominion Hemp, and just making sure that everything's okay. I'm not going to really force any of these birds back and forth. This waterer has held out real well. Okay, calm down. Hopefully nobody escapes here. Got to make sure these door to the outside is open. So our adults here laying eggs on a regular basis, but production is real slow. I think a couple of these hens have stopped laying, which is why we ended up with a new batch over here, a really successful batch. Just coming in to checking out the water supply, which is still good for at least another day or so, but I'm going to have to move it out so I can lay down the hemp and clean it out a little bit and refill it. And then I don't know if I want to get him, well, and try to find a rooster and keep him out of here and maybe put the adults back and make it harder. Just to give the chicks, a few more days before I'll go ahead and maybe remove or I'll remove this cardboard in a few days. That way, they can come back and forth. I'm going to try to figure out a way just to make an opening just big enough for the chicks, but pretty soon they're going to be same size, even though they look about half that size now. Yesterday looked about a third the size. Okay, and then to top it off here, part of the plan has always been to, help to, sustain these birds too. There's 20, there's a lot. What else can I use, in addition to their normal feed? And that's why I grow greens inside, especially this time of year, which is fall. October, and the greens here are growing well through the crack key system, and doing the greens, which are good for us at the dinner table as well as for the birds inside their pen. Everything is included in my book, The Indoor Farmer. How to not only get quail and raise quail and get them to propagate and make your own quail, but to do so with greens next door as food supplements. And while we're still in fall, the outdoor gardens always can still be very helpful. A lot of comfrey still around, and this will be about the last part of the comfrey. And I'll cut a bunch of comfrey up and see what I can store a bit long term for them as well. They really love that. So there you have it. Indoor view of the pen. The chicks are about 3 weeks old. Constructing something like this isn't hard to do. It's all inside. the indoor farmer. You saw the fish net. That's because it makes it real easy to catch the quail when they escape, because they do.